Hello, crypto people. My name is Sam, and today I'm going to show you a rundown on the stock market, crypto bull market, which is just around the corner, and what really happened in the previous cycles of Bitcoin, and what does that mean for the altcoins. So we start off with Dow Jones Industrial Average. So I've done a bit of a work before recording, so I'll just go straight into the charts without wasting time. So why we're looking at Dow Industrial Average? That's the first thing if we are trading crypto or Bitcoin. So well, the thing is, the wealth sort of transfers from the stock market into Bitcoin and then into Ethereum and then into the small cap coins. But at least that's what has been happening in the previous 2 or 3 bull cycles that I've witnessed. So the stock market goes up first, so where everybody capitulates, and you'll start seeing divergences on the weekly RSI, and then it'll move on to Bitcoin and then altcoins. So that being said, this is the Dow chart back in 2020. So this is the COVID crash. This was the all-time high back on the 3rd of Feb 2020. And you can see here, so the Dow broke out on the 23rd of November 2020. This is the first green candle in the weekly chart. So then now we see when did Bitcoin broke out. So if we come into the BTC chart, you'll see that BTC broke out 14th of December 2020. So BTC broke out on the 14th of December. Dow broke out 23rd of November. So there's almost 20 days, 15, 20 days, 25 days gap. So that means that if Dow is breaking out, you would expect BTC would break out based on previous cycles. So no one is a magician. So we always, you should know like why we are looking at the technicals. Like the fundamental trader will look at the fundamentals. The only thing is like when you come across fundamental trading and technical trading. So fundamental is why technical trading started like in the beginning. Like fundamentally something happened and like the machines or the people got a record of that thing happening, and then it happened again. They kept recording the data, the history, and people started to realize this is what's been printing in the charts, and that's what's been happening. So they start like forecasting the future based on the data. So that's sort of it. Really, is sort of we're not trying to predict the market. We're trying to work out the probabilities of the market, like how probable it is to achieve those prices. So that being said, Dow broke out on the 23rd of November. Bitcoin broke out on the 14th of December. So and then what happened? So and then the Dow after the breakout. So the first topping was here on the 8th of November. Like this was the 1st of November. So and then on the 8th of November, we start pulling down. And you can see the RSI is giving divergences now. So why you want to look at the RSI levels, that's very important. Like one factor that I've been noticing in my 15, 20 years trading experience is keep an eye on the RSI. It gives you very important information. Just a brief example of that. If I show you how powerful is the RSI, if you come in the 4-hourly chart of Bitcoin, you'll be wondering why I have these many charts. So you don't know when the opportunity is going to show up. So you just have to start looking for opportunity. It may appear in 8-hour chart, 12-hour, weekly, daily, so you never know. So this is the 4-hourly. And if you see here, this is the RSI. So Bitcoin 4-hour chart. If you notice here, something very interesting happened here. It's not going to be like precise on the dot, but you get the gist of it. Like it's been trending, RSI has been trending down, and where it started trending down is this is the first point of contact, and then the second, and then the third. So it started from here, going up, and then here, and then eventually breakout. So those people who trade breakouts based on the price action, they'll keep an eye on this candle. But RSI has been telling you a different story. That like when it broke out of this zone, price was like consolidating at this point. But I knew ahead of the time that the momentum is shifting. So RSI tells you the momentum of the market. So when it broke out of this trend, and it broke out and retested, that's where I longed heavily on Bitcoin. So I'm not gonna go into much detail of this RSI trading. So in future I'll make like a full video in detail how to do it. But if you keep that concept in mind, go back test it, then you'll find for yourself how powerful is the RSI. Okay, coming back to the weekly chart. So the Bitcoin, this is the breakout of the Bitcoin on the 14th of December. And then when the Dow went on making its top formation around the 1st of November, so it went up until the 1st of November. So Dow topped on the 1st of November 2021. And then BTC first time topped the 8th of November 2021. 8th of November. So Dow topped first on the 1st of November. and then BTC topped or peaked on the 8th of November. Okay. So that's how stock market can give you an indication of what's going to happen in the crypto market. And my focus is now where the Bitcoin is going to go now. So based on the previous cycle, so we can see Dow broke out and then BTC broke out, and then Dow topped here, BTC topped here, and then what's most likely scenario going forward? So going forward, as you can see, Dow has already broken out of its 1st of November 2021 highs. So it's on the way making new all-time highs. So where this price is going to top for Dow, like if the simplest thing we do is you can draw a box here, like how far it went upon the breakout of the 2020 top, and then you click here on the 1st of November. If we assume that it's going to do the same thing again on the breakout, you just put that in, it gives you about 45,100, 200 on the Dow. So again, that's not guaranteed it's going to go there. There's the most likelihood of that going there. How we know it's now topping? Like you'll see the RSI. Simple. See when it starts giving you divergences on the weekly chart, that's when you should be cautious. Like it's giving you the top formation, especially on the weekly chart. So in the daily and 4 hourly, you might see fluctuations going up and down. It'll just blur your vision. So you zoom out. On the weekly, you have peace of mind. So assuming it repeats the same thing, so Dow is going to top around the 45K mark. And what does that mean for Bitcoin? So we come back to Bitcoin chart. It's the weekly on Bitcoin. So it hasn't broken out yet. Dow has already broken out. Remember last time BTC delayed the breakout by almost 20-25 days. Dow has already broken out. So I think Bitcoin is on the way breaking out its all-time high. And the RSI is gonna pierce through this level, go test the previous highs, and then gives you a retest of the broken out RSI level, same as this time. If you go back in 2021, so as you know, how the crypto market works is the money goes into Bitcoin first, and then Ether, and then into the total three, like excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's where most of the gain is, and that's the shortest living bull market in any market. The total three. It's very short-lived, so you would want to take opportunity of that. And when the time comes, you sell, so you don't just keep holding the bag. One thing keep in mind that imagine the crypto bull market of these smaller cap coins like this. Imagine a group of people, they've put in a train, they're going from one stop to another stop, and there's lots of food, everything in the train. And you're allowed to eat or drink as much as you can until you reach the other stop. And then that's where everyone is going to get off the train. So whether you ate a lot or not, whether you took the advantage of eating or drinking, so that's up to you. The train is going to stop at the next station and everybody's going to get off. Imagine like smaller cap coins, total three, especially I'm talking about, is when the train stops, so your beloved coin is going to have to get off as well. So what I experienced in the previous cycles, and that's the mistake I did. Like I thought my coin is special, it's going to go, it hasn't moved, but its time is going to come, but it never came. So when the train hits the station, every coin you see, when you see every coin getting off the train, you may as well get off. Whether it's gained or not, whether it's giving you profit or not, you'll just sell it. Just simple as that. So your coin is not any special coin. So keep that in mind. When the Bitcoin like breaks this all-time high, then how high is it going to go? Like based on the previous cycle, if we treat it the same way we treated Dow, then we would draw a box, like put a rectangular box. Some people might think why we're not using the ruler to work out the percentage, because it'll be different. Because if you work out at a lower price percentage, it will be like many 100% gains, but at a higher price, it'll be a lower percentage. So we'll use the box just to give us an idea of how high Bitcoin is going to go. So it'll probably around the 240,000 mark. That's pretty far stretched. So I don't think Bitcoin is going to go to that high, but again, it depends on Dow, how high Dow is going to go. But anything is possible in crypto. You never know. You wake up, Bitcoin is at 100,000. So in crypto, anything is possible. But how probable it is a little bit far-fetched, the 220,000. But again, it depends on the Dow. So keep an eye on the Dow. If you see any prediction of Bitcoin hitting 500,000, a million, so I would treat it as we go. So I would see the market as we're going. So I'm not going to take decision based on someone put on YouTube Bitcoin hitting 500K and I just keep holding. So I would always assess the market weekly, and I go and I check the situation and I make my decisions. So I don't mind how high it is or how low it is. I'll just take my decision when I get information in front of me. So if we consider that to repeat the previous cycle of 2021, it'll be around the 250,000 K mark. So if Bitcoin hits the 200,000, being on 60,000, looking at 3x gain at most. So we have to keep an eye on Dow. The first thing is I believe Bitcoin is going to break out this because Dow has broken out. Bitcoin is also going to break out. It will go and retest this RSI level. So that's my analysis on Bitcoin. And if we go back in Bitcoin's previous cycle, so the first top was here when Bitcoin broke out of the 2020 all-time high. It peaked on the 4th, is around here, the 4th of January 2021. So that's where it retraced, and it started going up again around the 1st of Feb 2021. So this first green candle on the weekly after the retrace is the 1st of February 2021. Now I want to show you the total 3 where most of the gain is. So now what happened in 2021 at that time? So this was the total 3 all-time high. It broke out on the 8th of February 2021. So now see Dow broke out 23rd of November 2020. Bitcoin broke out 14th of December 2020. So in 2020. But total 3 broke out on the 8th of February 2021. So almost 2 months after. And then when it did hard. Like if you come back in the Bitcoin chart, when Bitcoin hit this RSI level, keep an eye on this RSI level. So it hit that point and it retraced. When it retraced, the whole crypto market retraced. So when Bitcoin goes down, so every coin is going to go down. So I want you guys to keep an eye on this move here. This move. This is the move that's going to give you most of the gain, percentage-wise. So it started moving up the first candle, 1st of Feb 2021. 1st of February 2021. This is when Bitcoin had its 2-week retrace, and then the first green candle. 1st of Feb 2021. What do you see in the total 3? 8th of February 2021. So when Bitcoin retraces and it starts to move again, that's where the total 3 coins are gonna go like 5x, 10x a day. So on the 8th of February, and it went up until the 8th of November 2021. Now see where the Dow peaked. 1st of November 2021, where Bitcoin peaked 8th of November 2021. And then when the total 3 peaked around the same time. Because when Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down in crypto. So when these retrace, if you see this retrace, the red one after the breakout, this is when Bitcoin had its first retrace, like 2 weeks in a row. This, if you see here, Bitcoin here. So after the all-time high breakout of the 2020, it went up and it retraced, and it went back up again, giving you the first divergence ever in Bitcoin chart. So it peaked here, the RSI, and it came down, retested this as a support, like previously was resistant. It went through it and it gave it a back test, and then this was the first divergence. So that was an indication of the weakness in the market. So when you see RSI, treat it as the momentum of the market. So what's going to happen here, most likely it'll go through it and then give it a back test. And when Bitcoin retraces after the breakout of its all-time high, like we see a week or 2-week red candles back to back, you would want to position yourself in the altcoin market. I would be looking at that because that's going to give me most of the gains. So after the breakout of this. And if you look at the total 3 market cap, dominance is market cap of total 3. So it's lagging behind Bitcoin. So how far are we from Bitcoin to cross its all-time high? Just a little bit. And the total 3 is a bit more. So when we see the topping formation in Dow, we want to be careful. Look at Bitcoin. And then when we see topping formation in Bitcoin's chart, in the weekly chart, so I would position myself into the smaller cap altcoins because that's going to give me most of the gain. Not every coin is going to give you 100x, but based on my experience in the previous cycles, I'll just place my bets and then we'll see what happens. I know some coins will be loser, but the ones that are going to be winner will give me most of the gains. And that's why diversification is very important. If you diversify into 10 coins, 5 fails, other 5 gives you 100x, that's a lot of money. Even 3 of them gives you 100x, that's a lot of gains. So I just very important in trading. So thanks guys, I'll put another video when I get more time.